and welcome back. Last video, gardening video I did, it was, oops, that's a bumblebee. That's all right.
No big deal.
No big deal on that one. Last time I did a video, it was about putting together this herb garden, and I mentioned that I hadn't put in any basil plants because of the weather, but yesterday we splurged, and as you can see, we've got a basil plant here and then another one at the end there, and we do use an awful lot of basil for cooking. I particularly like doing homemade pizzas with fresh basil on them. Also, in my last video I had talked about these plant markers here and that we couldn't get any. These were given, I think if you remember watching, or you can re-watch the video, these were given to me as a birthday present by somebody years ago, but we just ran into problems. We couldn't get them. Anything kind of like that. With the yellow ones, they were a bit faded, so I have actually sprayed them a butter yellow. And I believe that particular brand wasn't Krylon, it was Rust-Oleum.
Rust-Oleum. They're both excellent brands here in the United States.
Great brands. And we had mentioned that we had ordered, though, we found something cute, so we've ordered these, and what do we call them?
Rocky the Raccoon.
Rocky the Raccoon. So we got another basil there, a mint, and then a chive.
We got chives over there, which haven't come up yet, but we'll see.
Well, they are seeds again. Who knows?
We'll see.
You know, my run of luck with seeds. These flagstones here were put in last year, and we wouldn't mind doing another. And what are these? 12 inches by 12 inches? Yeah,
those are 12 inches by 12 inches.
Another run of them along there.
Yeah, and we just got those today. If I can shift over here.
Let me get out of the way. Come on, Emma.
We got Emma.
Good girl.
We got enough for one more row, because as you can see, it's just clay there. It seems nothing wants to grow.
The thing is, the dogs though run along
right
there too. So we have these paths, well-worn paths from the doggies, as you can see here actually.
Yep.
And then what we want to do is, if the cameraman doesn't mind following me, so we want to continue this look and put flagstones over here underneath this little
portable greenhouse and the charcoal grill.
And the grill.
Actually, I wouldn't mind extending it. First off, I gotta get rid of that old generator because that thing's US right now.
Which stands for useless as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind extending it out to where the driveway is, so that way I can put a proper hose reel or rack on it. That little wire one, which is nice and
it's pretty, but it's not
it's just flimsy. Yeah. It can't hold the weight of that hose.
No.
And the other thing we did a while back, I don't know if you can see it from here. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. The corner rain barrel was about ready to fall over. So, and the other thing was,
we've had it with both of these rain barrels.
We've had it with both rain barrels. Okay, you're always supposed to put a mosquito screen in the overflow pipe so that mosquitoes don't get in and use it as a breeding ground. Well, the mosquito screen had either rotted away or had been chewed away or whatever. And in both rain barrels, we unfortunately had lizards that had gone in there, fell into the rain barrel, couldn't get out, and drowned inside the rain barrel. Yeah. And it was like, this water stinks. And when we looked in it, it was like, oh my God. And you should clean these things out once a year anyways, because you're going to get pollen, you're going to get shingle grit from the roof, you're going to get all sorts of stuff in there. So you do need to clean the rain barrels out on a regular basis. They were ready for a clean out anyway, so they both got pressure washed inside, cleaned out. So we're just waiting for rain to come
to fill them up,
to fill them back up.
Yeah, that's always the dodgy thing about doing this.
The one by the corner of the garage has got about 5 gallons in it. The other one's got, I don't know, about 20 gallons in it. They hold about 35 gallons usable when they're filled up. So
it's amazing though how much water you can go through.
Yes. And the reason we got them is because I mentioned in a previous video, we're on our own well system, so we don't like to waste water if we don't have to.
Yeah.
For like watering plants, emergency water for the toilets, things like when we were doing a lot of painting inside the house, when you're cleaning up your brushes and rollers, that takes a lot of water. And rather than using your well water, it's just a lot better to use
Yeah.
rain barrel water, at least for all the initial cleanup. Maybe the well water for the final stuff on your gear, but they have come in handy. So anyway, that's the quick
Well,
update.
that's the quick one. Don's going to give you an update on one of the rain barrels, and he says that yes, this hat is a little OTT, but actually I'm a huge hat person, and actually I've got to muster up find time and energy and everything to swap over all my winter hats to summer hats, and that's going to take a long time, going through boxes, swapping everything over, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing that. But I can't keep wearing winter hats when
when it's 85 degrees outside.
85, it's hot out here. Do not believe that.
That one,
No,
if it's got sun on it,
it just goes up.
reads about 10 or 15 degrees high. It's only about 85 today. It's not 98. So that one's reading off. Maybe that might be another project to do, is to build like almost a little sun screen box to put around that, so it's not in the direct sun.
Yeah.
When it's not in direct sun, it actually reads pretty accurately.
Yeah, it does. All right, well, I'm going to hand over
Well,
to...
I've already explained the barrels, so
you have? Yes, you have.
So we can call it quits on that.
Yep, and then I've got to do some more gardening.
All right, bye.
Okay, back to another gardening vlog here from the pans. Before I get cracking, I've just had, if the cameraman can pan down here. Okay, these were fine in the morning.
We went away for half an hour.
Half an hour. These are pansies, and if you look at them closely,
They look like they're
bunnies. Bunnies have eaten them because
pansies that have had a haircut.
yeah, a bunny's been here. The little bleep. Oh, I'm cross. Oh, I am so cross. Oh, the wildlife.
Welcome to Central Virginia.
Okay, so this vlog is, I'll try and condense it quickly. We had a cold snap about 3 weeks ago, I think. Was it about that? Rushed all the stuff I'd planted, all these lovely pansies, the Lithidora, into the garage so they wouldn't get frost freeze. Actually, the garage looked like a garden centre in there. It was very pretty. I did a couple of stupid things. I did not cover my hydrangeas, and I don't know if cameraman can show them over there. Andrew's going to show them, aren't you, Andrew?
Yes. Hey, let me zoom in on them.
Andrew, you're going to show them?
In those big, like,
Yeah,
half-barrel
pots.
planters.
And they were basically greening up to, you know.
Oops, sorry about that.
What did you do?
No, I just had a little bit of motion with the camera.
Oh.
Sorry about that, everyone.
And it was looking great. There's another one around the corner that I kind of knew wasn't going to do anything, I think, and it turned out to be pot bound. But I did not cover those up, and they felt it. And that's another story of what I'm going to do with these hydrangeas, because I don't know right now. The other thing on this horrible cold snap was, which I thought it was the cold snap, but in this big blue pot and in that big brown pot, I had foxgloves. And I was under the stupid assumption, but I don't think I'm that stupid on it, that these were perennials. Because I know in the UK, they just keep coming up and keep coming up. However, yesterday I looked online of foxgloves because I noticed nothing was happening. And they transpire to be biennials. Now, the one that was in the blue pot has bloomed for 2 years. But it's, from reading everything I've read, it's finished. It's gone. That's it.
By the way, all that green stuff in there are new plants.
Yes, which we'll get to in a minute. That one, the foxglove in there I planted last year, but it's May on Friday?
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow. Nothing's happening. So I think it's shot. They're both shot, which is upsetting because I absolutely adore foxgloves. They love the bees love them, and they're so pretty, quintessentially English. So, going back in here, and I'm no good, as I've mentioned before, with seeds, but in here I planted seeds, and they are these seeds. Hope you got them.
Yep, got them.
So what I plan to do with the brown pot here is sprinkle these seeds on. Now, if that foxglove comes up, fantastic. If it doesn't, and I've got 4 packets of these, I'm going to overload that pot. And if these come up like those come up, it should be nice. And then with this blue pot, I've got 4 coreopsis plants, which deer and wildlife should not eat.
Knowing our deer, they'll just love it.
God, our guys could go to the Ritz and just eat out the kitchens. And then I've got 5 periwinkles. Now, periwinkles are a little bit, you got to watch them because they can be invasive. But that's fine because if they do, I'll keep on top of it. I've actually got some spots that I could get cuttings and maybe propagate and put them somewhere else. So that is my chore thus far. I will sign off and do all the grunt work because it gets boring, but I am...
You're about ready to go bunny hunting.
Yeah, what do you use, a rifle or a shotgun for those things?
Probably a shotgun. You got to be a very, very, very good shot.
It was fine this morning when we walked the dogs.
Well, it doesn't take them long to have lunch.
And you can tell the difference between deer eating stuff and rabbits because deer will leave it ragged. So I think we did that.
No, I think deer had a chomp on that guy.
That's a very sick deer because lupins do not agree with their gut.
Well, he may have a tummy ache out in the woods.
But these are finely cut because it's all to do with the teeth, the incisors.
What's up, Doc?
All right.
All right.
Later.
Bye. Well, well, well. I don't know what type of birds these are, but some pair of birds decided to make a nest on top of our spotlight outside the garage. And we got a couple chicks sticking their heads up. And from time to time, Mom and Dad come over with some grub for the little birds here. So that's a pleasant sight. So we'll let them do their bird thing. Bye.
You have an A-bird there?
I don't know if this is Mom or one of the chicks here. Hello? Hello? I don't know if you're a mom or a chick. If you can fly, it's beautiful flying weather. Recommend you take advantage of it if you can. If not, have a pleasant afternoon in your nest. Bye. Annie Pans, the ornithologist here, checking out how many we've got in the nest. I counted 5.
I think we've got about 5. They're big.
Yeah, up there right over the garage door.
A bit quiet though, aren't they?
Maybe they're waiting for,
I think they're waiting for Mum to give them some food.
Yeah.
I don't know what the birds, these birds are. No, they're not. I don't think they're bluebirds.
Well,
Oh,
pretty soon, Mom and Dad are going to give them flying lessons.
I don't know. But they're up there.
Yep.
Mummy went over that way.
And she wasn't a bluebird?
No.
So, I don't know. You'd have to have an ornithologist tell us what we got.
I don't know. I'm I'm not very good at this. Oh, stop you, poo.
You know, there are more things in life than tennis balls.